If you're looking for some awesome movies or TV shows featuring German older woman and younger man romance, you just click on the right video. Get ready to dive into these amazing ones that showcase unique connections. We're excited to share this ranking with you and would love to hear your favorites in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, so you never miss out on discovering great movies and TV shows again. Number 1. Verfolgt, Director. Angelina Macaron. 49-year-old Elsa Seifert, a successful probation officer, lives like many women her age. Her relationship with the father of their child is pleasant, her job is satisfactory, and there are no changes in sight. However, the child's move out causes her to reflect on her monotonous, routine everyday life. Elsa enters a period of searching for a new life orientation. Tired of constant compromises, longing for any intensity and emotionality, she meets 16-year-old Jan Winkler. Her new protégé intrigues Elsa with his increasingly frequent presence and awkward provocations. Number 2. Ping Pong, Director. Matthias Luthard. After the death of his father, 16-year-old Paul falls into an emotional hole. The loss weighs so heavily on the boy that he longs for a world without grief and problems. Since his uncle Stefan offered him the opportunity to come by at the funeral at any time, Paul suddenly turns up unannounced. The boy did not realize that the offer was ultimately just a phrase to offer consolation. Now Stefan and his wife Anna have to deal with Paul. At first, Anna just wants the unannounced visitor to disappear as quickly as possible. But then she discovers the strategic possibilities that lie in Paul's presence. Number 3. Fer Miriam, Director. Lars Gunnar Lotz. Karen, a maths teacher, finds herself involved in a traffic accident for which she is not to blame. The accident causes the death of a girl on a scooter. Although innocent, the young woman is distraught, more so when she discovers that the dead girl, Miriam, is none other than the sister of her pupil, Lucas. To her, the accident is like an equation that just doesn't add up. In an attempt to make up for her actions, at least in part, she begins to give Lucas extra maths lessons. But, consumed by his pain, the boy wants much more from her. Number 4. Fallacy, Director. Martin Jablonski. The caring father David Jansen puts the well-being of his family above all else. However, he is also plagued by fears of loss that have their roots deep in his past. As a result, the successful lawyer enters dangerous territory in his job. He sells customer data to the competition. When his machinations are exposed, Jansen loses his license. In order to maintain the appearance of a perfect world, he uses the information he has collected himself to blackmail the Minister for the Environment. Number 5. A Minute's Silence, Director. Thorsten Schmidt. The summer holidays are just coming to an end in a sleepy fishing port on the Baltic Sea when 18-year-old Christian falls head over heels in love. The problem is that his great love is Stella Peterson, his new English teacher. But the attraction is mutual and incredibly intense. Both of them commit to the relationship. But while Christian is already dreaming of their future together and making plans for it, Stella is starting to change her mind. She is increasingly withdrawing from her young partner. When school starts again, the romantic affair becomes a big problem for everyone involved. Number 6. Giraffe, Director. Anna Sophie Hartmann. A tunnel is being built to connect Denmark and Germany. Ethnologist Dara documents the houses that are set for demolition. The young Pole Lusik and his colleagues prepare the construction site. Jate works on the ferry, ferrying people and goods back and forth. Birte and Leif leave their inherited house. Agnes' life is reflected in her diary entries, her collectibles and the walls of her house, which will soon be demolished. Number 7. A Fish Swimming Upside Down, Director. Eliza Petkova. Andrea, a woman without a past or plans for the future, has just moved in with her new boyfriend Philip and his son Martin. Father and son must fill the void in their lives after the death of their wife and mother Hannah. Philip is determined to leave the past behind him. He deletes all the last remaining photos of Hannah. Martin finds it harder to cope with his loss. Andrea gradually pays more attention to Martin and becomes a welcome sounding board for the emotions of both men. Number 8. Stellen Garden, director, Ilker Katic. Two friends from very different backgrounds struggle with their future after graduating from high school and decide to travel to Istanbul together, which puts their relationship to the test. The adaptation of a young adult novel avoids time jumps and relies on linearity and external tempo. This sometimes comes at the expense of the nuanced nature of the characters, who also lack areas of friction that go beyond social clichés. Thanks to convincing leading actors and, above all, unobtrusively virtuoso image design, the film manages to accurately capture the mood of young people shortly after graduating from high school for ages 16 and over. Number 9. Black Island, director, Miguel Alexander. Jonas, a high school graduate, has recently lost his family in a tragic car accident. Now he lives on a North Sea island with his grandfather Friedrich. His life takes a completely different turn with the arrival of a mysterious teacher, Helena, on the island. The older woman immediately discovers Jonas's talent for writing and begins to encourage him. Thinking that he is in safe hands, Jonas finds the love he has longed for. But what Jonas does not suspect is that Helena is up to a deadly plan. Number 10. Grand Jate, director, Isabel Stever. Nadia is an aspiring ballerina with the scars to prove it. A masochistic pursuit at her dream career has left her body battered, a map of the tumultuous torture dancers withstand on a daily basis. Working now as a dancing instructor for children, rather than as the dancer she always wanted to be, she decides to visit the adult son she has been estranged from since he was a child, Mario. When she meets the young son, who grew up with her mother after years at a family party, an affection develops that goes far beyond maternal love.